Namaskar everyone. Om Gam Ganadipadiye Namaga. Guruji KSK Saranam. Om Shairam. Welcome to EPS System of Astrology. I am Dr. G.K. Adit Kasanath, the founder of EPS System of Astrology. In this video, I am going to explain you about the importance of the extended signification of a planet. By studying a planet's self-signification in extended way, how it differs from our normal study. Normally, we take in KP also, a planet signification is taken as cuspal lordship and occupying house only. I'm talking about the self-signification of individual planet. That planet will be in a star and sub, that is different. I'm talking of each planet, whether it is a planet or it is star lord or sublord or whatever may be the level. A planet, when we consider, we take the planet signification as cuspal lord and occupying house only. We are not giving importance to that planet is cuspal star lord for which houses and cuspal sublord for which houses. Normally, we do not consider in KP. So because of that, the signification what we take as cuspal lordship and occupying house will remain inadequate or incomplete, because when the lagna is the same, the cuspal lord of your house and occupying house may be the same, even the minutes are different. So unless and otherwise the planet's extended significations are found or considered, we will not be able to identify that planet's complete signification. So a planet in self-signification, cuspal lordship and occupying house, and also that planet is cuspal star lord for which houses and cuspal sublord for which houses are also have to be considered. Does not mean that cuspal star lord ownership and cuspal sublord ownership alone are important. No, we have to take each planet self-significations starting from the source, that is the planet is owner of a particular house where it is occupying. Along with that, it is cuspal star lord for some houses and also cuspal sublord for some houses. That way we have to study from left to right. That is the important principle of EPS system in studying each planet's self-significations. So without studying that way, if you stop only with the cuspal lord and occupying house, it will give some sort of incomplete signification and it can misguide us also. Because of that only, many times, if you follow a KP system also in fourfold significator or sixfold significator, whatever the steps you follow, unless and otherwise you take that planet's signification as cuspal star lordship also into consideration and cuspal sublord ownership also consideration, we may fail in the prediction and judging a planet's strength and weakness. Moreover, in the example, I'm also going to tell something about the 5th house and 9th house. In case of professional prospects, normally in KP also we take 1, 5, 9 houses or 12th house to the 2, 6, 10 houses, because 2, 6, 10 houses are favorable houses for the professional prospects, and 1, 5, 9 houses, this trigons 1, 5, 9 houses are 12th house to the 2, 6, 10. So normally it is considered non-supportive or unfavorable to the professional prospects. But please understand, just with the 1, 5, 9 houses, we cannot come to any conclusion whether that planet which is signifying 1, 5, 9 in CL or OCC, cuspal lordship and occupying house, it is signifying 5th house and 9th house. Does not indicate, may or may not be indicating that planet is unfavorable for the professional prospects, because that CL and OC is incomplete. We have to study in extended way whether that houses are connected to the favorable houses in cuspal star lordship and cuspal sublordship. Because 5th house and 9th house are all, though 12th house to the 6th house and 10th house, but 5th house and 9th house are Purva Punya and Bhagyasthan. It is also indicating that houses are signifying intelligence of the particular native, knowledge and creativity, administrative skill, without any sort of physical work. It is talking about the mental ability to handle the professional prospects. So 519, when Lagna is also connected, 159 houses. Normally in our natural zodiac, 159 are signified by our Mars, Sun, and Jupiter, that regards. So they are all important planets which are all talking about the self-strength of the Lagna. When it is unfavorable, though 5 and 9 are unfavorable to the, 6,000, 12,000, 6,000, 10,000, unless and otherwise these 5,000, 9,000 are combined with the 8,000 and 12,000. It means trouble giving houses to the Lagna, if it is not connected to the 5,000, 9,000, that is not indicating that 5,000, 9,000 are all unfavorable or detrimental to the professional prospects. Of course, 5 and 9 houses are non-supportive strongly for the progress. But when it is connected to the favorable houses, 2, 6, 10, 11 houses, it is going to be favorable for the particular profession by way of 5,000, 9,000. It is connected to 8,000, 12,000, 5 and 8, 9 are connected to 8 and 12. It is indicating it is supportive to the unfavorable impact of the 5 and 9, because 8 and 12 houses are, trouble giving houses to the Lagna. So that we have to keep it in mind. Just with no house, single house can give any trouble. No single house can be favorable to the Lagna. That we have to keep it in mind. So in this case, in this chart, I'm going to explain how far this, 5,000, 9,000, 12,000, when they are combined, along with the favorable grouping, then how this planet is going to be supportive for the event, rather it is not unfavorable for the job prospects. Let me open the chart and explain you about this. You see, sample job prospects, 28th April 1998, 1901, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, the date of birth of the boy. Now what we are going to check, we are going to check this native's running period. He is running Rahu Magadasa from October 2012 to October 2030. Under Rahu Magadasa, he is running Mercury Bhukti from 28th September 2020 onwards. Under that, now Jupiter Antara, just today only it is started. The question is what? Let us go to the significations of each planet. I will, before that, for the new watchers, I would like to tell that in EPS, we study a planet at 5 levels minimum. 5 levels means, I will tell for Sun, you can see Sun is the planet. I can open the birth chart also. Anywhere you can open, you can keep this birth chart nearby so that we can easily, check, verify with the birth chart also. Sun is the planet. Sun is the planet. In EPS, we take Sun, we talk Sun in this, that Rahu, occupying the sign of Sun. So we take Rahu also into the consideration as the significations. Planet is Sun. Rasi Lord of Sun is that, Rahu is occupying. Rasi Lord of Rahu is Sun. And that planet in the star of Venus. Sun in the star of, Sun is posted in the sign of Mars. That in the star of Venus. Star Lord is Venus. Sublord is also Venus. Then what is ST? That is Star Lord or the Star Lord. What is STSL? Star Lord or the Sublord. You can see the background, gray background. It is all indicating that this is first level planet, this is second level planet, Star Lord. Sublord is the third level planet. Normally, there are 3 primary levels. Out of them, that second level will get the support of this two star lord of the star lord, that we call it as 2A level. Then star lord of the sub lord, we call it as sub level. It means star lord is also a planet. Star lord will get some support from the star lord of the star lord. Then sub lord will get the support from the star lord of the sub lord. So we normally consider planet, star lord, and sub lord are the primary levels. In between star lord of the star lord and star lord of the sub lord as the secondary levels, as a supportive levels to the primary levels. That way we study in EPS. This is called EPS table, self-signification table. As well as I was also telling that when you are studying self-signification, as I said, Sun is the 11th lord, 11th cuspal lord, CL, occupying 6th house. You can see 6th house cusp starting in 25 degree 55 minutes in Pisces. It is extending up to 23:59 seconds in Aries. So Sun is posted in the 6th bhava. So 6th house occupying, and this is normally we take CL and OCC only. In KP, it is the planet is 11th lord occupying 6th house. Suppose if the minutes are different, the 11th lord will be Sun only occupying 6th house also Sun only. 11 and 6 will remain the same for Sun, even if the minutes are different. But when the minutes are different, that Sun is cuspal star lord for any cusp. No, it is not cuspal star lord for any cusp. It means out of the 12 cusps, any cusp is falling in the sign, in the star, Sun is present. The star lord, the constellation of the, Sun, whether any cusp is falling, that we call it as cuspal star lord. But Sun is not having any cuspal star lord of any cusp. But Sun is the cuspal sublord for 4 and 8 cusps. So it means Sun is not only 11th lord occupying 6th house, but also cuspal star lord for some houses and cuspal sublord for 4 and 8. So that way we have to study each planet strength. We have to study left to right. What is left to right? We have to start from the source. This is source. A planet is cuspal lord for which house? In case of Rahu, it is not owning any house. Now we take the cusp occupying house is the important source. Cuspal lord occupying house, moving towards cuspal star lord and cuspal sublord ownership. Cuspal sublord ownership is very important because these houses, this planet, Rahu 6 and 12, cuspal sublord means Rahu is 6th cuspal sublord and 12th sublord. It has got the authority for the 6th house and the 12th house. So that way we have to study from left to right. In other words, a planet which is owning in CL and OCC, cuspal lord for 11th house, occupying 6th house, moving towards 4 and 8 cuspal sublord. It means whatever the planet in CL it is having, it is moving towards right through the cuspal occupying house, cuspal star lord and cuspal sublord, whether it is gaining favorable grouping in each level, occupying houses, cuspal star lord and cuspal sublord, or whether it is losing any strength or it is having mixed significations. That way we have to identify each planet's self-strength. Because when minutes are different, this cuspal sublord will change. This will have impact on this cuspal lordship and occupying house strength. I hope you understood. Just I briefed about the important method of analysis of each planet's self-significations. Now let me tell about the planets. The Rahu Dasa is running and Mercury Bugdi is running. One more thing also I want to tell that these are the self-signification I said, but similarly each planet will have other planets in their support. It means many planets will influence each planet. Each planet will have self-strength, and that planet, suppose Mercury posted in the sign of Jupiter. So Mercury is in the sign of Jupiter. Sign lord is Jupiter. Mercury is conjoined with Venus. So that way, that Mercury is getting the support or getting the influence of this Jupiter and Venus. Suppose any planet posted in the sign of Mercury, they also will give the impact on the Mercury. Any planet is aspecting to Mercury, that also will come under the influencing planet, that is called support planets. So each planet will have some signification that will be further supported by, support can be favorable or unfavorable based on their signification stream. But we have to keep this also in mind. Now, how we are going to study the Rahu planet? Rahu Mahadasa, you can see, look at the Rahu. Rahu is occupying 10th house. Okay. Cuspal sublord for 6 and 10, it is good for the professional prospect. This person is into computer and into IT field. So Rahu in the occupying 10th house and 6 and 12 cuspal sublord is fine. And Rahu represents Sun, because Sun is the Rasi Lord of Rahu. 11th Lord occupying 6th house and 4 and 8 cuspal sublord. You can see 8 is only obstacle giving planet. And this is 12 is also there. So some sort of obstacles will be there, but that is not detrimental. You can see from left to right. So that way we can say that Rahu planet is on itself, it is good only with some obstacles. It is connected to, what do you call, abroad or related profession, we can take that. Rahu in the star of Venus. Rahu, where it is posted here, in the star of Venus. Venus is Lord of Lagna and 8th house, 1st house and 8th house, Lagna and 8th house, posted in the 5th house. Then sublord is also Venus. So if you, that Venus is in the star of Jupiter, 3, 6 and 5. Normally in KP what we take, Rahu occupying 10th house. It is in the star of Venus, Lagna Lord, 8th Lord occupying 5th house. Sublord is also Lagna Lord, 8th Lord occupying 5th house. If you look at 1, 8 and 5, only this signification you take. No, I am going to take Venus is conjoined with Mercury. You take Mercury. Mercury is just for the signification. I take the CL and OCC of Mercury because Venus is conjoined with Mercury. Mercury is 9th Lord, 12th Lord occupying 5th house. So Venus is getting the impact of the 9, 12 and 5 only. So in that case, normally occupant of the Rahu, the 10th house, in the star and above 185 supported by 9, 12, 5 only. It is not good for the professional prospects in general if you consider only CL, OCC, if you do not consider this. Okay, suppose in Mercury also do not consider this. What will happen? We feel that it is not good significant. It is not a good. It is not a very fair. It is not favorable for the professional prospects. 8,000, 5,000 only at all levels is present. But exactly it is not correct. Because you can see Rahu first level is okay, star level is Venus. Whatever the planet is signifying the source, whether it is getting the support from the star lord, further supported by the sublord, that is the actual principle of analyzing, right? The planet Rahu in the star of Venus, Lagna Lord, 8th Lord occupying 5th house. Okay, 5th house we immediately consider 12th house to the 6th house and 8th house to the 10th house. So normally we take it is not good house. No, 5 means what? 5 is creativity, intelligence, all sort of developing. That too in the software related, 5th house is important house. That too in the sign of Jupiter. Jupiter also posted in the 5th house only. 5, it is not good for the 10th house because it is 12th house to the 6th house and 8th house to the 10th house. But it is not correct. Lagna, it is supportive to the Lagna. 1 and 5 are good to Lagna. It is Lagna, Lord, occupying 5th house means that person has got a lot of knowledge, creativity, is more interested into the creativity, and it has got a lot of skill on the science, computer science, arts, and everything. We can take that. Now 1 and 5, look at this planet is have honor for 3, 7 and 11. Venus Lagna Lord, 8th Lord, occupying 5th house, star Lord for 3, 7, 11. This is adding value. Lagna is supported by 5th house, 3, 7, 11. No, 8th house is there. 8th Lord occupying 5th house, but 3, 7, 11 are reducing the unfavorable signification of 8th house. Lagna taking a lot of effort on its intelligence, on its work and its creativity. 3, 7, 11. These trigons are very good houses for the professional prospects and the creativity, all sort of communication skill, everything. You understand now that Venus is not having any ownership for the any cuspal sublord, but this grouping is very good for the Lagna and also for his nature of his work. Fifth house is nature of work. He's into IT. 3, 7, 11. Now Venus is conjoined with Mercury. What is the Mercury signification? Suppose you take Mercury also, that because he is running Mercury Bukti only. Mercury, 9th Lord, 12th Lord occupying 5th house. In the star of own Mercury, 9th Lord, 12th Lord occupying 5th house. Sublord is Ketu occupying 4th house, representing Saturn, 4, 5, 6, and Rahu occupying 10th house. Only if these levels you can see Mercury having sublord is occupying 4th house and star lord of the sublord is occupying 10th house. Only in this we could see that this seems to be favorable. But planet level, star level, 9, 12, 5, 9, 12, 5 are basically non-supportive as far as the KP if you take only CL and OCC. But that Mercury can take 9th lord, long communication, right? That communication related to abroad, 9 and 12, because Mercury, that to which planet is talking about? Mercury, Karagatva of the planet, Karagatva of the houses we combine, and it is occupying 5th house. Though it seems to be non-supportive for the professional prospects, look at the cuspal star lordship, 2, 6, and 10 cuspal star lord. It means through the 9th house, through the 12th house, it is connecting to 5th house and 2, 6, and 10. And importantly, cuspal sublord for 1, 5, and 11 houses. It means the Mercury in self-signification, CLOC, OCC, it is talking about 9, 12 occupying 5th house. It is moving towards 2, 6, 10, and 1, 5, and 11. It is all talking about that Mercury is very strong, supportive for the Lagna and progress and gain his knowledge, especially in the communication related and in that the job are connected to the abroad countries, all developments, all these things. Because Mercury and Venus conjoined, you can combine these Karagatva, the planet, which are all supportive for such software development. So now, I mean, coming back to Rahu, Rahu in the star of Venus, Venus is having Mercury here. So Mercury is also supporting to this, and sublord is also Mercury. So please understand, though 9, 12, 5 are there, it is supporting to this. There is no 8 and 12 combination, 8 and 12, 9, 5, 12 combination. First point is that no unfavorable grouping. Second point is that favorable grouping are present. Starting with the source, moving towards favorable grouping for the Lagna and also for the type of event, 3rd house, 7 and 11, 2, 6, 10. You understand? So that way, Rahu is good for this kind of, professional prospects. Now, he started his career in the Saturn Bukti. In Saturn Bukti, he started his career. Okay, lot of 4 and 5 occupying 6th house, star lord is Ketu and sublord. Okay, we can say Saturn Bukti is supportive for his professional prospect if you take only CL and OCC also. But when the Mercury period started, he started from 2020 September and he was running Mercury Bukti. Under Rahu Dasa, Mercury Bukti, how far it is going to, because he's approached some astrologer who are studying KP. They said the Mercury Dasa is running. Mercury is talking about 9, 12, 5, 9, 12, 5 and all. Only sublord only having some favorable house, 4th house. So that it is indicating that you will be losing job, or there will be changes in the job, and it is not going to be good for your professional and monetary gain. But when he came to me, I was saying that you can see this planet 9, 12, and 5, where it is posted in the sign of Jupiter. That planet is occupying 5th house, is good for the 9th house, good for the Mercury, and 2, 6, 10 is important, and 1, 5, 11, they are all adding strength to these significations. If it is not like this, yes, this is not good. Since it is present, this is adding value to this Lagna 5 and 11. 9 and 5 are getting the strength of adding value 2, 6, 10 and 1, 5, 11. Same star lord and 2A level also the same planet. Sublord is already having very good house grouping. He said this planet, this period is going to be more favorable for your career. There will be some betterment. It will support for your long travel also. And it will support for your good progress and monetary gain also. Why it is monetary gain? 2, 6, 10, 1, 11, all these things are going to be very good, further supported by this. Moreover, the Mercury is conjoined with the Venus, 1, 8, 5, 3, 7, 11. So that is also going to join hands. It is going to get the support of this Jupiter. What Jupiter is signifying? Jupiter is signifying 3, 6, 5, 1, 5, 9. You can see 1, 5, 9, 3, 7, 11, 2, 6, 10. These are the good trigons. Only 4, 8, 12 are trouble giving planets, houses. So this Mercury is connected to 2, 6, 10 also. In the sign lord, Jupiter is 1, 5, 9 also. And that conjoined planet is 3, 7, 11. So all good trigons that Mercury is getting the supports that we can get. Of course, if I take you to the house grouping table, I can show all the houses in that self-signification. I will show you that also. But if you just like that, if you start with this, we will not be able to identify. So in this Mercury Buddhi, then he started having, you can see under Mercury Buddhi, under Venus Antra, when he was running Venus Antra in 2021 and July, August, during that period, the Venus Lagna Lord in the star of Jupiter, 3, 6, 5, 1, 5, 9, that Jupiter is conjoined with Ketu. Ketu is occupying 5th house, it is good. And Jupiter is getting the support of Mercury and Venus because Mercury and Venus are posted in the sign of Jupiter. So that way the Lagna getting these favorable supports of the planet because Jupiter is 3rd lord, 6th lord, occupying 5th house, 1, 5, 9. We feel that's actually it is all connecting 1, 5, 9, 5, 1, 5, 9 only. No, please look at this. Jupiter is 3rd lord. It is and also 6th lord. So it is starting with the 3rd house. 3rd house is further supported by 5th house. 3rd house to the 3rd house is 5th house through the communication job. Because of the communication related job, it is supported, further supported. He will not have any very strong physical work. He will be sitting on one place and working on computers, on all the creativities and all. So it is all going to be more favorable for the Lagna and also favorable for the 3rd house matters. So it is all good. And look at the sublord moon. Moon is talking about 10, 7, 4, 8. This 4 and 8, it is causing 8, indicating some obstacles, but not detrimental because no 12 is connected. And furthermore, 10 is moving towards 2 and 10 cuspal sublord. Moon is a very good significator. So you take from top to down. In EPS, we have to study left to right and top to down. What planet is signifying, whether further supported by the star lord, further supported by the sublord. In that 2A level and sub-level star lord or the sublord can be taken as the additional supports. You can see now the grouping 1, 6. Now you can see this sub-level is 10, 4, then 2, 10 are all good houses. He'll be using his knowledge only for this job prospects, and without any sort of struggle, he will do the work and he will playfully work. And he got the promotion during this period with a very good hike. A very good hike in the job prospects, he got it. If you look at only CL and OCC, Lagna Lord, 8th Lord, 5th house. Jupiter, 6th Lord, 3rd Lord, 6th Lord occupying 5th house. So 5, 5, 5, 5 only. Sublord only 10, it is okay. But we cannot say that this planet is going to give a promotion. We cannot say that he is going to be more favorable for the financial prospects. You understand? So that way, unless and otherwise we take the signification of CST and CSL of each planet and studying left to right, what planet is showing in the source, that is cuspal lordship, moving towards it is gaining strength or weakening its strength, or similarly from top to down when it is moving, it is increasing its strength or it is decreasing its strength or it is having mixed signification. That way only we have to understand. We have to study. Then only we can know the complete strength and weakness of a planet. You can see we normally call it as key planets. It means each planet's self-signification. Self means for this event, job professional prospects, I mean, favorable houses will be shown in the green, and unfavorable houses will be shown under the red column. So that way, each planet's significations can be taken in favorable and unfavorable, one below the other. Please understand, 5th house and 8th house and 9th house and 12th house are normally considered as unfavorable but not detrimental. So those houses will be shown under unfavorable, but we have to see whether these unfavorable houses are connected to the unfavorable grouping. Here you can see 8th lord occupying 5th house, is grouping is not good, but it is not having any 12th house. First point. Second point, it is the Lagna is having connection to the 3, 7, 11. So this is forming favorable grouping. So favorable grouping on the higher side and unfavorable is not getting the support. If you look at all the planets, no 8, 5, 12, no 9, 5, 12, or no 9 and 12. Well, I mean, only 9 and 12 are not there. You can see Mercury, 9th lord, 12th lord occupying 5th house, not good. And 5th sublord, this is supporting to this. But whether they are unfavorable, they are signifying, or they are all signifying something else. You can see that Mercury is having 2, 6, 10 and 1, 11 signification. It means 9, 12 and 5 moving toward 2, 6, 10, 1, 5, 11. It is good for the Lagna. So that way each planet self-signification, when we study left to right, it will indicate the self-strength, favorable or unfavorable. So moving towards favorable or unfavorable. You can see each planet self-signification. You can see that it is not having unfavorable. It is not having any unfavorable. 8, 5 only. Yes, it is having some unfavorable, but not detrimental. You can see 8 sublord only, no grouping. 8 star lord only, no grouping. No 12 star, no grouping. You can see 12 sublord, 5, 5 and 9. It seems to be not good for the 6th house matters, but it is good for the 3rd house matters. And 5, 1, 5, 9 good. And according to the supports of the other planets, this planet strength will be increased. No grouping, only this one. Mercury only 9, 12 and 5 is present. No 8, but 2, 6, 10 are supportive and 1, 11 also more supportive for the Mercury. That way, each planet self-significance we can identify. When in each chart, such unfavorable grouping in self-signification are absent, only favorable grouping at all levels, you can see favorable grouping only present, which are all favorable for the professional prospects. It indicates that chart is going to be a good chart, and that native is going to have a favorable prospects for the professional, aspects. You understand? So that way we can see that. Please understand, presence of the unfavorable impact will be high in the presence of other unfavorable grouping, 8th house and 12th house, and also in the absence of the favorable grouping. That we have to keep it in mind. So this, I think I am not taking to the house grouping because that will take another lengthy video. Just I think you would have understood the importance of the 5th house and 9th house alone. If you take, even if it is 12 is present, just like that, do not take only the houses involved. Study the planet signification left to right and moving towards what they form the grouping at each level. Houses are connected to what houses and how they form the house grouping and what they signify. That way only we have to take and study. So that way, I think you will be able to understand the usage of the extended significations left to right, and that two extended signification by taking the CST and CSL, and also importance of the planet in sign lord, conjunction aspect, everything we have to consider. I hope you understood, and thanks for watching, and we'll meet in some other video on some other things. Okay, thank you.